Well, hello everybody. Happy Sunday to you guys. I am at the park. I was cleaning earlier at my cleaning job. I went out for a little exercise walk and I was getting ready to make this video today. So for those of you who are new here, my name's Tyler. I live and have lived for 2.5 years here in my Kia Sedona. And I've traveled quite a bit. And yeah, so today's video is about parking. I get this question fairly often about places to park at night. And yeah, even for me, sometimes it can, it can be a little bit stressful. It can bring on some anxiety. And so I thought I'd make a little video about it. I've been very fortunate being here in San Diego. This is actually my second year coming here. I spent about 7 months here last year, and I've been here for a few months now. And I've been really, really fortunate to find parking, and it's not always really easy, but I've never had it to where like I didn't find parking. And so I have basically 3 really good options that have worked for me for the past 2.5 years for finding parking. I have never, outside of one time, paid for parking for my van overnight. And that was a treat by a good friend of mine that paid for me to stay at a really nice KOA in La Cruces, New Mexico. Shout out to my friend Denise. Thank you. I always think back at that, and it was such a nice time there in La Cruces. It's such a nice campground. But yeah, outside of that, I really don't pay for parking, and there are good options. Maybe some you might not expect. So let's dive into it. My first one is beaches. If you live near a coastal area like here in Southern California, beaches are always a great spot. There's always other, van lifers, RVers that are parked down there. So it's not like suspicious. You're usually not going to get a knock unless it's like a sweep and they're like wanting to crack down on the people parking in that area. That's very rare though. And the chances are if you're staying there a night or two, that's not going to happen. My second and this is my go-to, are neighborhoods, as known as like urban nestling or urban dwelling. That's my go-to. I just find neighborhoods all over San Diego. San Diego is the second largest city in California, so there are plenty of neighborhoods, and I've got a few different spots. I'm not going to say where they are for safety reasons. Yeah, but I will when I leave here. How about that? When I go on to my next place, I'll let you guys know those little parking spots, because I have some that are really good. I always look for kind of the middle of the road neighborhoods. You don't want to go to like super high class where, the rich people got their BMWs and their Porsches and Lamborghinis and all that, you're going to stand out if you're in an RV, a car, a van, maybe not a car, but a van, nonetheless, you're going to stand out, and they may complain. I did have that actually happen in Scottsdale, Arizona. When I first started van life, I was parked kind of like there was this neighborhood, but then there was undeveloped land right next to the neighborhood, and there was like some trees and bushes, and I was able to just like drive right over in there and park, and I managed to stay there for, I think it was a couple months, the first couple months of van life. And this was in Scottsdale, Arizona. And then one day, one of the neighbors, that's how I learned my lesson about the upscale neighborhoods. It was an upscale neighborhood, but I didn't think that anybody would see, because I would always pull in at night, and I didn't think anybody would see me pulling in, and I kind of go like behind trees where they couldn't see me. But yeah, one morning some police came, and they were not very nice, but that's a story for another day. And again, that was in Scottsdale. And so that's why I say, don't really look for the ritzy neighborhoods. Middle of the road's good, and you'll see, as you're driving through, other vans, you'll see RVs, vans. Usually it's like parallel parking. So make sure, you can parallel park okay. And I really haven't had too many problems with neighborhood parking. I stay away from, like areas that are, kind of sketchy. I'm seeing like a lot of beat up cars and rundown houses. Now, I don't want to park there because there could be a chance that, your car could get vandalized at night. There's a lot of huge theft of catalytic converters out there. So always be mindful of your surroundings. Try to research the area. Like I don't try to park too close to like where there's, like 7-Elevens and, places that might, I've noticed a trend out here in California. Some of the 7-Elevens are in really rundown, neighborhoods. And so if I see that, I know, okay, I need to kind of move. And I go to 7-Elevens once in a while if I need to. So I'm not trying to take a jab at them. It's just the truth that, a lot of times they're kind of placed in, certain areas. And so I just try to avoid it. Third is BLM land. That stands for, I believe, the Bureau of Land Management, and it is where you can park for free, usually up to 14 days. And then you just have to move. They have a certain distance. I don't know the distance that you have to move to reset the clock on that 14 days. A lot of times you can find BLM land not too far outside a city. And I was going to get that up actually for you guys. I use an app, not so much for parking, but like for showers and stuff. It's called iOverlander. So you can just go on here. It kind of looks like this. And like there's all sorts of places on here. It shows like showers, and you can edit the search engine to only show you parking, only show you showers, only show you parks, only show you gyms, all sorts of things. And it's all from people that are on the app. And I'm going to turn on the air. I'm a little hot. I don't want to be cooking in here. So, but yeah, the best advice I could tell you, don't panic about the parking. I'm going to start at the end because I want to run the air. I just got it hot all of a sudden. There we go. The best thing is don't panic about parking. Do some research beforehand. It's always good to kind of know where you want to end up, where you kind of want to be around so you're not using a lot of gas. In the beginning, I used to drive around a lot, and I use a lot of gas. And, when you go to a new spot, a new town, a new city, it is going to take a little time for you to figure out, where you want to be versus where you can park and where, the amenities like the gym, the parks, maybe you're working, your job. So you want to take all of that into consideration. Places I avoid, this is also important. Walmarts. I do not like to park at Walmarts. I know they're very popular, so don't come at me. Don't come at me, but no, I don't like Walmarts. And why don't I like Walmarts? Well, I have tried Walmarts, and, I always see like rundown rigs, motorhomes that are just probably not even running. There's been like I was in Tucson for a few weeks earlier this year. It was loud music every night. There was trucks running. I don't like the trucks running because I don't want to breathe that toxic, exhaust. And they have big exhausts on those semis, and they're just loud and noisy. It seems to attract, at night, questionable people. So yeah, I don't park at Walmarts. I really don't recommend it. Only in extreme emergencies where maybe your car is not running right, or maybe you are feeling so tired that you don't feel that it's safe for you to drive anymore, then find a Walmart. But the other thing you should know is a lot of Walmarts are not allowing overnights anymore for exactly what I was saying, the questionable people, rundown rigs, abandoned rigs, people just living there, trying to live there permanently. So I do not do Walmarts. Cracker Barrel used to be a place. They have announced that they don't want people parking in, I think it's certain locations. It may be all of them soon. Again, and that was because people were staying. They weren't leaving. It's intended for you to come in for a day, a night, get something to eat, go out to your rig and get some sleep and get up in the morning and get out of there. That's supposed to just wait, but people unfortunately, take advantage, and, a lot of times they have rigs that are not running right. And they're looking for places to park them long term, and so places like Cracker Barrel, Walmarts, they have had enough. They don't like all the trash. They don't like all the, questionable activity going on at night, loud music. And so they've said enough, and they're not letting people park there anymore. So I also avoid the Cracker Barrels. Anywhere else, I don't like truck stops. I wouldn't say that I wouldn't recommend it. Again, if you're in a pinch and you're out on the road and you're in an unfamiliar state or area, and you just need somewhere to go, that's a place. They got showers, they got food, they got coffee. The reason I don't like them, again, is all the loud trucks, the fumes from the trucks. I don't like breathing in that toxic air. I have never slept at a truck stop. But I've pretty much always been like an urban, I guess they call it urban nestling. I nestle into neighborhoods, and what I do is I alternate. I'll stay in one for a few nights, then I'll go to another for a few nights, because, you don't want the neighbors seeing you constantly, because then they're going to be like, that guy. That guy's always there, and we know he's in his van. Let's call the police. So alternating, that's a big thing. Find at least 3 or 4 neighborhoods if you're going to be in a place for a while, and most nomads tend to do that. We'll alternate areas. And I go sometimes different cities within the area that I'm in, because San Diego has a whole bunch of different cities surrounding it. So I'll change it up, but I don't like to go too far, like I said, because I don't want to be driving too much. But yeah, those are my advice. Just do a little planning. Download the iOverlander app. That has saved my butt a few times now, especially when it comes to showers. And I'll do another episode coming up about showers. But yeah, the iOverlander app is really, really, really good. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the parking. Oh, I will say, make sure that when you get parked, get your window coverings up right away. You don't want to wait for that. Get your windshield up. If you have, my back windows are all tinted, limo tinted. You can't see in. If I have a light on, you can see a little bit, but I do have window coverings that I put up, and I have some for my front windows as well. Make sure you get those up as well right as soon as possible, so you don't attract attention to yourself in the neighbor. That's basically for neighborhood parking, but you also privacy. You want to have privacy. I don't recommend, don't use, I've seen people put all sorts of things in their windows. Take the time to make some window coverings. It really helps. You don't want to stand out. You don't want to look tacky. You don't want your vehicle to scream, ooh, I'm living in my car. Excuse me. I got gassy again. I don't have any coffee right now. I had some way earlier today, but now I've got a little bit of gas, so I apologize. But yeah, you don't want to attract unwanted attention to your rig, because people are gonna be like, ooh, that person's living in their car and in their van in our neighborhood. Let's call the police. Yeah, you don't want that. So you want to, and again, also make sure, don't get outside of your car once you're parked. I never get outside of my van, except I had to, last week in the neighborhood I was parking because my tire went flat. Yeah, I had a leaky tire, and I couldn't get to the tire store the day before, and so I knew it was going to go flat again. It was taking like 6 hours to go flat. So then I knew when I got up that next day, the tire was going to be flat. And that's another thing I'm going to show you guys on another video, is I have an emergency roadside kit that has an air pump. It's got, I think, tire patches, first aid kit, gloves, all that good stuff. Jumper cables, big thing to have. But yeah, I had to get up out and pump up my tire. I didn't go back to that spot for a, I haven't been back yet because, they saw me in the morning. If I'm sure somebody saw me. So, yeah, don't want to have any problems. Most of the time I've learned people really are not watching what you're doing. We think they're watching, but they really aren't. They may see you, and as long as, like I said, you don't got towels in your window. I've seen people have towels in their windows. Don't do that. That screams living in the car right away. I got mine, for those of you that did see my van review video. It's not on YouTube anymore. We won't go into that, but it's not on YouTube anymore. I'm gonna do my own van tour, but the van tour that I did do, it showed my window coverings. I got them at the dollar store. Yeah, it's just the well, let me get one of them. Yeah. Hopefully I was somewhat decent when I turned around there. I hope my shirt didn't fly up. But this is one, it's worn out. I've had to tape it a lot, but I just put it in the window. It's cut to the size of the window. There's a couple edges that don't fit so well, but I've cut out little pieces to, cover the, of the same color, the same material. I've cut out little like squares and stuff, the spots that don't, it doesn't fit because, I didn't cut it. It's kind of hard to cut it 100%, but you can do your best. This one's really worn out, so I'm gonna have to make a new one. I taped it up a while ago, but this is $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. I wish you could see it better. Forget the material, it's skipping my mind right now. It's called foam board. I can't think of the name right now. I'll think of it after the video, of course. I have a little spot back there, but I have those cut out for each of the windows. And that's really important to do because, even if you have tinted windows, if you have lights on inside, there'll be a little bit of a glow at night and people will be like, ooh, somebody's in that car. And the big thing is being stealthy. But if you're on BLM land, you don't have to worry about that. Or, in truck stops and stuff, people are, they're going to know you're in there. So that doesn't matter as much. But yeah, my big thing is, neighborhood parking is my biggest recommendation. Stay away from the Walmarts, like I said. Yeah, and then I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else. Download, like I said, download the iOverlander app. That really helps. But yeah, that's pretty much my tips and tricks for parking. Just remain calm and do a little research beforehand. Don't wait till late at night to be looking. If you can help it, sometimes we're on the road and we have delays and things happen and we're pulling into spots late. But yeah, try to, if you're wanting to stay in an area for an extended time, try to have at least three spots picked out. But yeah, let's see, anything else? I think that's it for that. But I'd like to mention the Facebook group. I started a Facebook group called Mindful Nomads. I'll pull it up here. I don't have it on that phone. But yes, the link is in the description of this video. So please come over and join our Facebook group. We're trying to grow a community, people that uplift each other. It doesn't matter. You don't have to live in a van or a car or an RV. I just say, as long as you have like a spirit, a traveling spirit and a desire to travel, and you love traveling, is something that you really do enjoy, come over and join us. You know, the group is going to be one that is uplifting and positive, and we encourage each other, give each other advice as the group grows. You know, people could say, hey, I was over in San Diego and these are the places to go see. Here's where you can park. You know, we can help each other. And so this group is really about that, going to be about that. So I really welcome you guys to come over and join us. We already got a few new members yesterday, so and looking forward to growing the group. I did my deliveries last night. It was so slow. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I did not make my goal of $50. I tried for 4 hours. And I finally, it was just too late, and I had to work today in my cleaning job, and I was like, you know, not gonna happen, you know. And it was Saturday night. I was like, what is going on? I had a period where I didn't even get an offer for 2 hours. So I don't know what's going on. If anybody knows what's going on with the deliveries, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to know why it slowed down. It's been so slow, but as my friend says, I digress. So I digress. I work tomorrow, so, and I'm also planning on doing deliveries as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that it's busy and I can make my $50 goal. That's the goal I set every time I go out to do them. I'm going to try to do some this evening. So we'll have to see how it goes. If you'd like to support my channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee on buymeacupofcoffee.com. The link is in the description. You can also send me a donation to Venmo and PayPal. Pretty much at this point, anything you guys send me, it's really going towards saving for a van. The occasional coffee, yes, but I really need to save up for the van because I have a 6-month goal. And some of you had said, you know, you were excited for me getting a van. Thank you guys. I'm not getting the van yet. I got to save up for the van. So my goal is 6 months to get a newer one. So if you would like to chip in at all for that, you can, and I'll have that linked. But yeah, I'm just working every day towards my goals. And I'm excited about that. I'm hoping that Blue will last another 6 months. I think he will. He's been pretty good. He was a little grumpy this last year. There's been some repairs, and that's why I'm gonna have to get a new one. He's got almost 300,000 miles. So, but I digress. But thank you guys for watching all the way through. I do love it when you give me a thumbs up. The thing that really helps me is when you leave a comment, because when you guys leave a comment, it tells the algorithm that people are liking the video, and then YouTube promotes the video in other people's feeds. So that really helps, even if it's just a smiley face. Hey, it helps. So, well, I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. Hope you're recharging for this next week ahead. We're almost to 4th of July. I think it's not this next week, the week after. So that'll be busy. Maybe my food delivery will be busy then. Maybe people are saving their money up for that. I don't know. It's really weird. So anyways, I love you guys. Oh, I want to leave you with a quote. I forgot yesterday. I almost did today. I have it pulled up already. So this is by somebody that I really admire. I really appreciate this person for all that she's doing in the mental health space and community. The quote is, now we know happiness is really there for all of us. If we just want it, we can get there. And that is by actress Goldie Hawn, and she's the founder of the Mind Up organization that is bringing mindfulness and mental health awareness into classrooms around the world. Her programs are in thousands of classrooms, and it teaches young people, kids, students, about the importance of knowing how our mind works, mind breaks, mindfulness, mental health, resources. So I really appreciate her, and happiness is there for us. We just have to, like she said, want it. So let's be happy and let's spread happiness. Let's just be happy as often as we can. So I hope you guys have an amazing evening, night, wherever you are. And until the next one, I'll see you later. Bye.